Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
Violent, nationalistic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and misogynistic hate group.
Everyone is talking about the Proud Boys.
Right,
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
The media says they are a far-right, racist group of male chauvinists. They are always a hot topic of discussion on social media, often involved in violent clashes. Miami is home to their chairman, an Afro-Cuban who doesn't seem to fit the demographic that I heard about. Meet Enrique Tarrio.
How are you, Yunus? Good to see you too.
This is obviously the first part of my office.
Okay.
We just got this warehouse about, I don't know, like 5 days ago. So this,
just rented it?
Yeah, so this is going to be my personal office and my studio.
Normally these are the hats that I always see at like Trump marches. Do you have a favorite?
I actually don't have a favorite in one of these hats. These are hats that sell pretty well.
I'm going to a Proud Boys rally in DC, and I should definitely have that hat on. Like, what would you say?
All right, so I would probably... So the Proud Boys were founded on comedy. Like, it was actually built off a joke. So I'd probably go with this hat right here. All right, let's open this. I'd probably go with this, right? Although we have a million other hats, so I'm just showing you what we have here. And the comical aspect of it is the red hat.
Am I ready to go to a Trump rally now?
You probably are ready to go to a Trump rally as a Proud Boy.
So if I was a minority, say like black or like Muslim or anyone, would I be feeling comfortable amongst the Proud Boys? Absolutely. 100%.
I guess the question you asked is, do I feel comfortable around the Proud Boys? And I'd say absolutely so. Yes, I do feel comfortable.
And I wouldn't be intimidated by my fellow Proud Boys. I wouldn't be like verbally attacked. I wouldn't have any problem at all. No,
you'd probably like listen. It's a bunch of put a bunch of dudes in a room and we're gonna make fun of each other. So we're gonna find something. Like example, if you were to come to a meeting in my chapter, right, we'd probably make fun of you because you're a minority. In my chapter here in South Florida, you're a minority.
And you don't take offense in that?
No.
So everyone's happy with being like racially abused or like, being made fun of?
No, we'll make fun of you. If you had one leg, we'd make fun of you.
How about women?
Well, you can't make fun of women now. That'd make you misogynist.
The Proud Boys are banned from having an official account on most social media platforms. Enrique says it's discrimination.
You said that your voice is not being heard enough on social media. Like, how is this working out for your organization?
Well, we don't exist on Twitter, we don't exist on Facebook, and we don't exist on Instagram.
Is this by choice?
No, they've knocked us off because of false reports. So let's say I want to tweet, and I hit the tweet button, and it says tweet not sent. Your account, Enrique Tarrio, is currently suspended.
Have you spread hate speech or done anything?
I have never been suspended. I have never been suspended on Twitter for even, or even warned on Twitter for any of the rhetoric that I've tweeted. I got completely deleted because of who I am. So let's look up Proud Boys, right? FBI.
Okay.
Here we go.
FBI categorizes Proud Boys as extremist group with ties to white nationalism. Yeah.
No corrections.
What's the correction needed?
And those were November 19th. So let's go.
The FBI says the Proud Boys are not an extremist group after all. So it's been corrected?
Yeah, it was corrected, but that's it. It already did the damage that it was supposed to do. It makes me afraid for the future. For myself, I don't care. Because I'm like numb to this already.
Enrique says it is his Cuban roots that have driven his anti-communist feelings.
I was born in that house right there.
He grew up in a conservative Cuban household and says that members of his family were killed under Fidel Castro's Cuba.
Have you had any reaction from your friends or family after you became head of Proud Boys?
I've gotten nothing but support from like my family, and friends and stuff like that. And my friends don't necessarily think exactly like I do.
Some people think that you're a racist, white supremacist. How does it make you feel like?
There's certain things that I guess bother me, but like those things you just mentioned aren't things that like bother me. It has no effect on my life because I'm gonna go to bed anyways. I'm gonna lay my head in my pillow because I'm genuinely happy with my life. The victimhood mentality. If I sit here and I let these people that want to call me these names or let these people that want to bring me down, if I let that affect me, then you know, it's just gonna bring me down. But I'm a very simple person. I'm not complicated. Like, these are my views. You could accept them if you want. If you don't accept them, that's fine with me too. We could have a discussion.
So is it what I'm understanding that your group is like a new right movement?
Yeah, it's conservatives with an attitude now. Conservatives that believe in more freedoms, believe in more liberty, but also believe in more law and order when it comes to certain aspects of things like immigration, these riots, you know? And I think we've changed. And when I say we, I don't mean like us, the Proud Boys. I mean, we as the conservative movement as a whole have changed the Republican Party for good.
The Proud Boys believe the election was fraudulent and they don't want to accept the result. They are making their views clear by protesting on the streets of America. Enrique insists the Proud Boys don't start fights, only defend themselves.
Last Saturday, far-right demonstrators, some of them armed and wearing bulletproof vests, protested the results of the presidential election in Washington, D.C. and in state capitals around the country. Some of the protesters also incited violence. 4 people in D.C. were stabbed. 1 person was shot in Washington state.
In person, Enrique doesn't seem like the image the media has portrayed of him. Some of his views seem progressive, even anti-fascist.
How do you feel about the other side, the BLM, the Antifa? What do you think about their free speech? Do you think they also have a right to be on the street, out on the streets?
Of course. I think so. I think they do have a right to free speech. I think they do need to practice their First Amendment rights. I'd be a hypocrite if I told you that I didn't want them to do that. But the problem is that it's not free speech for them. For them, it's violence. For them, it's silencing others. For them, it's just a constant barrage on like authoritarian values, which I don't have.
The beauty of this contested election is that we've been able to put thousands of angry Americans on this street. And why are they angry?
But are these sentiments really shared by thousands of Proud Boys across the US?
When you're part of the Proud Boys, you're basically labeled or seen as like the white supremacist, racist, misogynistic guy.
That's because we're the enemy of the mainstream media.
They need an enemy. Joe Biden, on the night of that debate the last debate before the election, he called us out. Joe Biden was the one that brought Proud Boys out. Why? We're not the ones out there causing riots. We're not burning. If we get attacked, we might defend ourselves, but we're not out there looking to fight.
But how do you draw the line between being conservative and patriotic and racist? Like, where's the line drawn?
The three aren't even associated. As soon as you look at a person and prejudge them by the color of their skin, you're a racist. And we don't. Yes. Do I do that? No, of course I don't.
We don't care
judge
who
a man
you
by
are,
his
where
character.
you came from, we care about where your heart is.
I judge a man by his character.
In this club, the culture is we allow it. As long as you're a man, you can join our club.
If you were born a man, that's the
If
only
you're
requirement.
gay, straight, whatever you choose to be,
Sure.
that
Black, white,
makes
brown.
no matter in this.
We will defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, but we love everybody. I got Muslim friends. I fought in a Muslim war, but I got Muslim friends. Whatever. Your cousin robbed a bank doesn't mean you're a bad guy. Everybody's equal.
Wait, am I robbing a bank?
No.
I want to rob a bank.
Do you?
I'm kidding, off camera.
I didn't believe you for a second.
Enrique says he can't control how everyone in the group thinks or behaves. He accepts that some of the things his group says or does might be offensive, and he's not apologizing.
Donald Trump! Say he's dead! Donald Trump! Say he's dead! Donald Trump!
The leader of the far-right group, the Proud Boys, arrested in the district, and he's being held by police.
Enrique Tarrio is accused of burning a Black Lives Matter flag last month. Now, that flag had been torn from a historic black church. Police had a warrant today on weapons charges and destruction of property. Tarrio was found with 2 high-capacity firearm magazines on him.
They picked me up with like 7 patrol cars for a misdemeanor. They shut down the entire bridge, pulled me out of the car at gunpoint for a misdemeanor. We're gonna keep fighting.
How are you gonna
I
get
don't
out
need to be. I don't need to be in D.C. to keep the fight going.
Biden called for unity, but the 73 million Americans have called for transparency in our elections. Unless he starts listening to us, there won't be any unity. Okay? There will be a peaceful revolt in this country like nobody's ever seen before.
And I refuse to apologize. And I refuse to apologize for creating the modern world. Creating the modern world. I am a proud boy. I'm a proud boy.